Hello students, welcome back to our Science and Technology digital class. I hope you all are staying safe in your houses. Let's begin with our next lesson. Students, can you recall which devices do we use directly or indirectly for collecting, sharing, processing and communicating information? Yes, you are right. We are using letters, telephone, radio, television, mobile, and newspaper. Students, as we all are facing from last 6 months corona pandemic situation, we are getting all the news updates just sitting at home because of all these devices. And so, how these devices are important to us, that you all of you know very well. So, students, let's begin with our next lesson. Lesson number 10, Information Communication Technology, the new direction of progress. I hope you all are having your science textbooks with you. So, just open textbook page number 108. Let's begin with our lesson. Just observe here the picture. The devices used for information communication technology. The term information communication technology includes communication devices and the use of those devices as well as the services provided with their help. The store of information generated due to the advances in science and technology is increasing at a tremendous rate. If we ignore this explosion in information, the knowledge that we have will become outdated. So, all these devices are the part and parcel of our life. Without these devices, our life is impossible. Just observe here the table. This table is given in your textbook on page number 108. Just fill up this table based on your knowledge which you have learnt already in your previous classes. That is how computer, mobile, radio, television are useful for us. Okay, so just fill up this table. What is meant by ICT? That is Information Communication Technology. ICT stands for Information and Communication Technologies and is defined as a diverse set of technological tools and resources used to communicate and to create, disseminate, store, and manage information. ICT implies the technology which consists of electronic devices and associated human interactive materials that enable the user to employ them for a wide range of teaching and learning processes in addition to personal use. Students, as we all are facing lockdown situation, the schools are closed, but still our teaching and learning process is going on. How this is how this is possible? Only because of ICT. As you all are getting the YouTube videos, as well as we have started with Zoom meetings, we all are getting the knowledge just sitting at home because of ICT. The next we are going to see is generations of computer. Computer, which is the most important device for information communication, is considered to have gone through 5 generations. Just observe here the picture. The 5 generation computers have been shown. Since it was first created, the computers used during the period between 1946 and 1959 are said to be first generation computers. The ENIAC computers was made in this period. Valves were used in its construction. These valves were large in size. They also consumed a lot of electricity that generated heat, and computers would shut down many times. Today's computers are fifth generation computers. So students, from first generation to fifth generation, many changes occurred in the structure of computers, and the whatever computers we are using, they all are from fifth generation computers. Next we are going to see working of computer. Just observe the picture which is also given in your textbook page number 109, figure 10.1. Computer has basically three main parts: input unit, processing unit and output unit. Input unit: all types of information or data is entered into the computer through this unit. So which are the input devices? Yes, keyboard, mouse are main input devices. Processing unit. Processing unit is having three parts: memory unit, control unit and ALU unit, that is arithmetical logical unit. The third part is output unit. The result or the solution or answer is eventually sent to the output unit. Generally, a screen or monitor as well as printer is used as output unit. All this part you have already learnt in your previous classes. Now, what are the input devices? Various input devices which we use in our day-to-day life are joystick, mouse, mic, camera, handheld scanner, keyboard, flatbed scanner, etc. What are the output devices? Printer, monitor, headphone, screen projector, GPS location, plotter, video card, speaker, sound card. All these are output devices. That is, after processing, the results come from all these devices. Memory is the place for storing data obtained from the input and also the generated solution or answer by the computer. So all this part you have learned earlier classes. So there are two types of memories in the computer. The first memory is known as random memory, that is random access memory, RAM, which is volatile memory. This is created from electronic components, and any electronic component can function only as long as it is supplied with electricity. So if the computer shuts down, the information stored in this memory also get wiped off. So this type of memory is known as volatile memory. The second type of memory is known as read-only memory, or it is known as ROM. The information stored here can only be read. We cannot make changes to the information originally stored here. But this type of memory is known as non-volatile memory. What is operating system? Operating system is a set of programs that manage computer hardware resources and provide common services for application software. The operating system is the most important type of system software in a computer system. A user cannot run an application program on the computer without an operating system unless the application program is self-booting. So, operating system plays very important role for a computer and even for our mobile phones too. Now, which are the various types of operating systems? Just observe here the picture. So, examples of computer operating systems are Microsoft Windows 7, Apple Mac OS, Ubuntu Linux, Google Android and iOS. So, our mobile phones are generally using Google Android operating system. What is program? Program is a set of instructions that a machine follows. So, such programs can be given to a computer. What is programming? Programming is to make machine work. Programming creates instruction set that a machine follows. What is the difference between data and information? Data means the raw facts of things. The information which is given to the computer is nothing but known as data. And information means data with exact meaning or the processed data. Next part we are going to see is what is meant by hardware and what is meant by software. Hardware means all the physical parts of the computer which we can see or touch. Which are they? CPU, that is central processing unit, or terminal it is also called as, RAM, storage unit, keyboard, mouse, printer, all these are hardware parts. And inside the computer, the software means the commands which are given to the computer, information supplied to the computer, and the results obtained from the computer after analysis is nothing but software. So various programs, applications, all this is nothing but software. Next we are going to see the various applications which we use in our day-to-day life. The first application is Microsoft Word. This you have already learned in your previous classes. Now Microsoft Word is basically used for writing reports, letters, then writing the projects. Okay, so all this you have already learned as I said, and this is the screen of the Microsoft Word, and in this screen all the important parts have been marked. Just refer your textbook page number 110. So how to add a file, how to enter the data in the Microsoft Word, how to create a document, all this part you have already learned. The next application is Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is basically used for making results in school, and it is also used to store students' information. It is also used for making salary sheets. So this is the screen of the Microsoft Excel. Basically the mathematical formulas are done in Microsoft Excel. The next application is Microsoft PowerPoint. Just refer your textbook page number 112. For what Microsoft PowerPoint is used? It is used for making presentations on any particular topic. And so here is the screen of the Microsoft PowerPoint. All the important points in the screen have been marked over here. What precautions will you take when entering the data? As far as possible, the data should be kept in tabular form. Different types of data should be entered in different cells. Data should be entered nearly and in one flow. Unnecessary space and special characters should not be used. Many times we drag and fill data. At such times, the smart tag can be used after drag data to fill any data in any manner as required. Once the data has been entered, it can be formatted in different ways. Similarly, we can perform different types of calculations using different formulae. While using a formula, the equal to sign should be typed first. Similarly, no space should be inserted while typing any formula. So all these precautions we have to take into consideration when we are using Microsoft Excel. Now the next part is careers in computer industry. Now students, as I said, computers have become part and parcel of our life. And so there are many careers in or job opportunities in the computer industry. That may be in software field, hardware field, or training and marketing. The next we are going to see institutes at work. Just observe here the picture. The institute CDAC, Center for Development of Advanced Computing, is the well-known institute which is situated in Pune, which is the leading institute in India, which conducts the research in the field of computers. The first Indian supercomputer was made with the help of from this institute. The valuable guidance for making this computer, that is Param computer, was received from the senior scientist Vijay Bhatkar. Just observe here the picture. Param is the first supercomputer which was made by India. This computer can perform 1 billion calculations per second. It is used in many fields like space research, movements in the interior of the earth, research in oil deposits, medicine, meteorology, engineering, military, etc. So, this Param is the first supercomputer. CDAC has also participated in developing the ISCI code for writing different language scripts. Now students, all of you know that we can use our Indian languages even on our mobile phones too. How it is possible? Because of this CDAC Institute research. So just have a quick recap what we have learned today. We have learnt about information communication technology, devices used in communication, working of computer, input and output devices, important components of computer. Then we have seen about Microsoft Word, Excel and PowerPoint, and we have learnt about institutes at work, that is CDAC Institute. So read the lesson thoroughly, mark the important points, write all the important points from the video